Everyone told him it was too late. His family whispered it at dinner. His friends thought it but never said it. And the voice in his own head, that voice was the loudest of all. You missed your chance. You are too old. That ship has sailed. But here is what nobody tells you about ships. Some of them come back. His name was Daniel. He was 43 years old, and he was starting over from nothing. The business he spent 8 years building, gone. The marriage he thought would last forever, over. The identity he had wrapped himself around, stripped away. He sat in an empty apartment on a Tuesday night, with nothing but a mattress on the floor and the quiet hum of a city that didn't care. He picked up his phone, scrolled through his contacts, and realized he didn't know who to call. Because somewhere in the years of building and grinding and surviving, he had forgotten how to need anyone. He thought about the men he admired, the ones who seemed to have figured it out young, the ones with the LinkedIn profiles and the success stories and the before and after photos that made starting over at 43 feel like arriving at a party 3 hours late. He felt behind. Not just behind, disqualified, like the world had moved on without him and left no forwarding address. Have you ever felt that way? Like everyone else got the memo and you were the only one still trying to find the room? That night, Daniel made a list. Everything he had lost. The business, the marriage, the apartment, the savings, the plan. He looked at the list for a long time. Then he turned the paper over and wrote another list. Everything he still had. His health, his mind. 43 years of experience that no bankruptcy or divorce could touch. The hard-earned wisdom of a man who had been through the fire and was still, somehow, standing. The second list was shorter, but it was heavier, because everything on it was real. 3 weeks later, Daniel did something small. He woke up at 5 a.m., not because he had somewhere to be, but because lying in bed waiting for his life to restart felt worse than getting up and starting it himself. He made coffee. He opened his laptop, and he started. Not with a plan, not with a strategy, not with any guarantee of what came next. Just with one email, one application, one conversation he'd been putting off for months. He called his old mentor, a man in his 70s who had built 3 businesses, lost 2 of them, and rebuilt from scratch at an age when most men were thinking about retirement. "I feel like it is too late," Daniel said. The old man was quiet for a moment, then he said something Daniel never forgot. The men who changed the world rarely did it young. They did it after they had been broken enough times to know what actually mattered. You are not behind, Daniel. You are finally ready. Daniel didn't transform overnight. There was no single moment when everything clicked. There was just Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday. One small decision at a time, one morning at a time, one email, one conversation, one step at a time. 6 months later, he had the beginning of something new, not what he lost, something better, because this time he built it knowing what it cost. I want to talk to you about age, not your age, the story you tell yourself about your age, because here is what history actually shows us. Colonel Sanders was 65 when he started KFC. Ray Kroc was 52 when he built McDonald's. Morgan Freeman was 52 when he got his breakthrough role. Vera Wang didn't design her first dress until she was 40. Stan Lee created his most iconic characters at 39. None of them got the memo that said it was too late. Or maybe they got it, and they threw it away. Starting over at 30 is not failure, it is the courage to leave behind what was never truly yours. Starting over at 40 is not being behind. It is arriving with 20 years of lessons that no 20-year-old has access to yet. Starting over at 50 is not the end. It is the beginning of the version of you that has been forged by everything you survived. Your age is not your limitation. Your story about your age is, and today, right now, you get to choose a different story. The comeback does not check your birth certificate. It only asks one question. Are you willing? Are you willing to show up? Are you willing to start again? Are you willing to believe, even when the evidence is thin and the road is long, that the best chapter of your life has not been written yet? Because it hasn't. I promise you, it hasn't. If you are starting over right now, whether you are 30 or 40 or 50 or 60, this is your sign. Not that it will be easy, but that it is possible. And possible is enough to begin. Take one step today. Just one. Not the whole journey, just the first step. The morning run nobody sees, the email you have been putting off, the conversation you have been avoiding, the dream you locked away because someone told you it was too late. Unlock it. Start again. The world needs the man you are becoming. And that man, that forged, tested, rebuilt version of you, is worth every hard morning it takes to get there. Hold on. Keep going. If this spoke to you, hit the like button and subscribe to Iron Through Fire for more every week. Share this with a man who needs to hear it today. You are not alone. We got you. Iron Through Fire.